So it's been a little while.
A lot of while.
I've been pretty slack with these, to be honest. But, at least there's lots of content to pump out a few consistently now. The video that's coming out, is the start of the trip, so Walpole.
2 months ago.
Yeah, a little while back. A lot's happened since then, but hope you guys enjoy it. It's cool. It was cool watching back and seeing the start of the trip and then where we've come to now and where we are and what we're doing, and a lot's changed since then. We've definitely changed. We've definitely grown into it a lot more. But yeah, what do you think when you think back to where we started in Walpole? What do you think's been the biggest change so far? It's completely unscripted, by the way. We're just like walked up at a cafe while we're waiting for a cuppa. So.
I thought of something and you disrupted me. That was gone.
Couldn't have been that good.
Nah, it's really not. But I think just how much we've settled into it. Like back then, it felt like a holiday. And in some regards, it still sort of does every now and then now, but it's, by now it's sunk in that this is life now. So, yeah, back then it was sort of like, la la la, it's all fun and games, and the reality's just sunk in now. It's a good reality, but yeah, I think that's just the biggest change.
Yeah, we definitely had like a funk of a couple of weeks where the gravity of what we were doing set in.
There'll be a video over that one at some point.
Yeah, no, we actually talked about that in the video, I think. But
I think we did.
Yeah. But no, it's been cool. I've loved watching the boys grow. They've grown so much, which you guys will see.
Skyrocketing.
Hello, Mocha.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Which you guys will see through the videos. Like, we don't put too much about the boys in the videos, but you'll just notice the way that they're growing up, and probably see more of that on the social media channels than anything.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, no, it's been pretty cool meeting so many other families doing similar things and just getting on the road and made some great friends, and enjoy Walpole. We actually, to be fair, the footage isn't that great, so we weren't really thinking that much about those kind of aspects when we first started out, and so it's not a great deal. It's a little bit of a Walpole Denmark mashup. The boys had a lot more fun than we had fun, but it's definitely a lot more boys orientated than it was anything that we did. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Walpole was a beautiful spot, nice and chill. Denmark, we spent a lot of time in Denmark. Had a lot of fun around there, which you guys will see. Yeah, really good from a kid-friendly point of view. Weird vibes, like, I think we spoke about this already somewhere, but Denmark was very, very closed off. It was like you had to be in the circle to like have a conversation with people, and people were there. It was a very like almost snobbish energy in some spaces. It was like, it was sort of like...
A lot of people we met were still beautiful.
A lot of the people we met were great. It was more just like talking in a business sense, I guess. It was very closed off. So was Albany, to be fair. Very much like...
Which you sort of got told that straight away by someone.
Very not open to conversation, which was interesting, but probably going to get that in a lot of places as we travel around. So just lots for me to learn in the way in which I interact with people and have conversations with people. So enjoy the footage. Again, thanks for your patience as we learn how to edit properly for this style of content. And
if you're impatient, you're in the wrong place. Nick off.
And to be fair, we're not really doing it to be consistent with it. We're just doing it to give you guys a bit of a view of what we're doing and share a little bit more about what we do and why we're doing it. And
Lord knows, if we were in this to be consistent, he'd never be off my case.
I'm trying. It's hard.
I'm also trying.
No, but it's not a business, like this aspect of it's not a business orientated for us. We've got enough going on with the different businesses, and also being consistent with the YouTube channel. So we appreciate you guys being here. We'll get the content out as we can and as we get around to it, as I'm sure you guys can appreciate doing what we're doing, and with the boys as well. It's we've got a lot on our plate, and
if you do want to follow for like live up-to-date things, follow the Instagram.
Yeah, that's going to be
your best.
That's going to be more frequently populated and updated, because this is like, I take time away from what I'm doing to do these videos and those kind of things. We were going to get Elise to do it to start with, but that just hasn't played out, and I'll probably,
it's not my forte.
Once I get the structure and like the frameworks done, they'll probably get a bit more consistent, because I'll probably outsource it, to be fair. We'll just do the content and someone else will probably put it together for us, but that's the plan at this stage anyway, but we'll wait and see how we go.
We'll get there.
For now, enjoy the footage, and we will probably get a couple up over the next couple of weeks. Big love. First family dinner at the table.
Burgers. Woohoo. Just leave it, Eva. Let him be. He was up here first. You can let go of my finger. Yeah, mate, keep going.
Up there. And climb up there.
We are just bush bashing thanks to Siri or Google Maps taking us on a roundabout journey. Lucky we have four-wheel drive. Good times. I would have no chance of keeping a steady arm.
How was so we just finished Mount Franklin, which is the first sort of like family hike, I guess. How was it?
It was good. Wasn't it, Monkey? This one here did the whole thing and the hike back, which we did like a bigger loop that was 1.6 k's, all by himself.
Got up the steep stairs.
Yeah, it's like 300, over 300 stairs and like quite a steep ladder. Trooper. Did it all. Loved it. Said it was fun.
Why don't you use my firebox? It isn't as big as your
That would just keep going back on the new chump route.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So the ginger
Yeah, that was good.
was placed
No,
in Thomas's firebox to bake.
Noah cooperated.
No cooperated. No scrapes, no bumps, no bruises. A couple of tears, but nothing too major. That was just mine and Elise's for being completely unfit, but
I had to take breaks. Eli was charging up these steps and I had to stop for a breather. Darth Vader made an appearance today.
but beautiful little hike. Some beautiful country there. A couple of nice people that we crossed paths with, and it was good. This is a beautiful little course. It's a bit sadistic, really. Like, it's hard enough playing golf for me without having to do like a grade 3 trail hike whilst you're playing, but it is a beautiful little course, nice and quiet. No bunkers, which I love. But golf's one of those, you know, I've always been relatively good at sports, and so golf's really fucking humbling for me. And really challenging. Like, my first thought after the first hole was like, oh well, it looks like we don't have to score today just because it was so horrendous.
So it's really, really challenging in regards to like keeping my mindset positive through adversity. So different to basketball in that, you know, you miss a shot, you're straight back into the next play. Whereas with golf, you miss a shot or you hit a bad one and you've got the whole walk there to think about it. You know, there's not much left to distract you, especially when you're playing by yourself. You can't get into a bit of banter with your friends or, you know, some conversation. And so it's really interesting just watching where the mind goes. But it really gives me a lot of time to think too, which is what I love. It's one of those sports where I always kind of said, because I knew that it was going to take me a long time to pick it up. It was always one of those ones that I thought I'd play once I finished playing all the other sports, or when my body couldn't play the other sports. I kind of wish I played a little bit more when I was younger. Wish I played a little bit more with Pop before he passed. Same with Nan, you know, she can't play anymore, but you know, it'd be been nice to play with her, and still got an opportunity to do that. She hasn't passed yet, but if she were coming out on the course with me. But yeah, it's one of those ones where it'd be nice to play more with Pop. Really, really think about that when we're out here playing. So, but it always brings back really good memories of playing with Pop. You know, I didn't do it too much, and I only did it once he sort of couldn't play anymore. Once his hips were gone and his body started to fail him. But just really fun memories of him just you know, getting frustrated at me and me trying to do everything but listen to what he was saying. And it's funny looking back on. Yeah, even like to the point where he would just tell me to pick the ball up because he had enough of watching me go to the next hole and reset. Yeah, it was funny because I didn't know until his funeral. Someone shared a story where he still holds the record for the most shots out of the bunker on the first hole at his local golf club. So, yeah, a bit of pot kettle black there, but yeah, I do miss the old boy, and hopefully he's having a good round wherever he is. One of the things we've been really noticing since, I don't know if it's just because we're slowed down or are more aligned with what we want to do now, but we're really noticing just how in a rush people are. And not like just, oh, I've got things to do rush. It's like, I'm the most important thing in the world and I don't care about anyone else rush. It's especially on the roads, we're really noticing it, which is really interesting because I've got some thoughts on that. I'm going to hit this shot and then I'll come back for some thoughts. And yeah, because it really feels like there's a massive timeline shift going on at the moment. More people are becoming awake, more people are not becoming awake, but just waking up to the fact that their lifetime is their greatest asset and really questioning what they're doing with it, how they're spending it, and who they're spending it for. And so I think as more people do that, that's going to change the frequency and the vibration of what's going on. You know, at the end of the day, we're all just energy. Doesn't matter what your thoughts are in God, the universe, or whatever. At the end of the day, it takes energy to make up who we are, and so we're all just conduits of energy. And therefore, we do feel vibration and frequency. And as more people make that shift to going, what's my greatest, you know, and the greatest energy is lifetime, right? So what am I using with that? The more people start to realise that, there'll be a balancing act. You know, the world and earth, everything wants to be in balance. It's give and take, it's just the laws of physics, right? So for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So for every person that steps more into their truth, there's going to be someone that steps further away from it. And so very quickly we'll start to see a separation and sort of two worlds developing. One that's filled with people who are really going after what they do, what they want to do, and live in their power and live in their truth and really make the most of their lifetime. And those that are getting further and further away from it. And as they do that, they'll be getting further and further away from the inherent nature within. And that'll lead them to becoming more aggravated, to speeding up, to really just getting a recklessness, because they're vibrating at a such a polar opposite frequency to where they're supposed to be. If you can imagine having two different bodies that are just constantly bashing into each other, that's what it's like when you're not living in your purpose, when you're not living connected to your nature. You've got one part of you, and it might be really, really dormant, but your soul's purpose is there vibrating, waiting for you to pick up on it. And the more that you step away from it, the harder it's going to vibrate. So you're going to have those two polar opposites just smashing into each other all the time. And for me, that's why I feel like we're really noticing just how aggressive some people are, how just in their own space and really in the negative people are, especially on the roads. I'm just seeing some stupid stuff. And for me, it all comes back to that. People that are just living out of alignment. And it's showing up in a stack of different ways in their life.
I did.
God, we live in some beautiful country down here.
Come on. I need to go to the toilet.
You need to go to the toilet?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Wow. Come on, Mama.
Okay, coming.
Wow, look at this skirt up there.